This is Excel Chapter 3, video number 7. In this video, we're going to be adding a 3D pie chart to our worksheet. We're going to be putting it on a separate sheet, and we're going to use the pie chart to show the relationship or portions of parts to the whole. Each slice or wedge of our pie chart is going to show what percent that slice contributes. In our example, each slice is going to represent a different month, and it's going to be showing that for the operating income, I believe. So, to start our chart, we're going to draw the 3D pie chart and put it on a separate sheet. So first thing we have to do before we do a chart is select the information we want in the chart. For this case, it's going to be B12 through G12. We're going to do each one of the months. Remember that you typically don't do the months and the total. If you're going to do the total, usually the total is the only thing you do. So we do B12 through G12 to select the months. And next we want to see, this is going to be based on the operating income. So we're going to hold Control and select B25 through H. Oh, sorry, did that wrong. I had B through G on row 12 and B through G on row 25. Remember, don't include the totals. We're going to go to Insert. We're going to go to the Pie button. If you don't see pie, you may have to do other, but here's our pie. It says which pie are we wanting? We want the pie in 3D. So here under 3D, this looks like the one that we're looking at. So I'm going to click on it. And here comes my little chart. When Excel draws the chart, we're going to click the Move Chart button that is under Design. Up here we have Move Chart. And we're going to we can put it as an object in another sheet or as a new sheet. We want this as a new sheet all by itself. And as we're there, we can go ahead and name this sheet. And we're going to name the sheet 3-D Pie Chart. And hit OK. You'll now see that we have our pie chart in its own page. Back here on sheet 1 is our actual numbers, but now we're on the page all by itself. We want to, a chart's not good if it doesn't have titles and data labels, because right now this doesn't really tell me anything. So I'm going to click anywhere outside of the chart area, anywhere in the chart area outside of the chart. So I don't want to be on the pie, but I want to be out here in this white area to make sure it's selected. When it is, I have my chart tools of Design, Layout, and Format. We're going to go to the Layout tab. And on the Layout tab, we're going to choose Chart Title. Now it's going to come up and say, where do we want the title? We want it Centered Overlay Title. So a Centered Overlay Title. It's going to come up here with Chart Title. All we have to do now is type in the title, which is 6-month financial projection. Press enter and it's going to replace that chart title. Now if I was clicked off the chart title and wanted to change it, I would just double click in it and then I could change it right here. So we have our title of our chart. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the text in the new title so that we can format it. So I'm going to select all of this. Remember, I can do that by triple clicking. You can also just click on it and highlight through it. We're going to go to our Home tab where we do all of our formatting. We're going to underline it so that our title is underlined. The next thing we want to do is we want to work on our legend. So we're going to go back to the Layout tab. This time we're going to click on Legend. And right now our legend is over here to the right. We want no legend. So we're going to turn the legend off with none. Now this doesn't look like it's making a lot of sense, but it will. We want to turn on data labels. So we're going to click data labels, and we want the data labels to be outside end. Whenever we click on that, you'll notice that we now have the amounts outside of our pie chart. We're going to right-click any data label. So just right-click on one. You'll notice that's going to select all of them. And on the format, we're going to come to Format Data Labels down here. It's going to open up a dialog box. We're going to make sure we are on Series Name right here. We want Series Name. We want the value, which is already checked, and we want to show leader lines right here. So we should have 3 check marks: series names, the value, and show leader lines, which will basically say the series names will be the date of, will be the month name. Nope, but that is not what we want to show, so we want to uncheck those. I'm sorry. We're going to uncheck them, and we're actually going to choose category, name, then the percent. And we're going to make sure that the show leader lines is unchecked. And that way we can see percents as opposed to seeing the actual whole amount. We could also do some formatting here if we wanted to format these. We're not going to, so we're going to hit close. This is now what our chart is looking like. We want to rotate the 3D pie chart. That way it looks really cool. We can impress our boss with all of our many talents. So we're going to click on the 3D rotation button. You're going to find that under Layout, 3D rotation. We're going to increase the rotation so that it's at 90% for the X. So we're going to increase to 90%. Basically what we did is we just changed it, if you look here, to determine what would be on the top. We decided we wanted November up top. We'll hit close. Now we'll apply the 3D format to our chart. So we're going to right click on the chart. This is going to display a shortcut menu and our mini toolbar. From here we're going to click the Format Data Series. Okay, so what we're doing is we're right clicking on our actual pie chart. Then we're going to click the Format Data Series down here at the bottom. It's going to bring up another dialog box. From there, we want to click the 3D Format Category down here at the bottom. And we want to have the top one is the one we're changing. We're going to change it so that it is the circle bevel. That's going to basically change the way our chart is looking out here. There's some other cool things you can change with those, but we're not going to do that. We do, however, want to change from the width of 6. We want to change that actually to 50. So you might just want to type it in. And we want the height of the top to also be 50. That's going to make it a lot more rounded, and you're not going to be seeing the square edge. For the material button, down here, we're going to be choosing the soft edge gallery selection. So under special, we want the soft edge. And we're going to, that's the way we like it, so we're going to hit close. So now this is what our chart is looking like. We're going to explode a piece of our pie chart. Basically, to explode it means we're going to draw it out to draw attention to it. So to do that, we're going to click the slice labeled August twice. When we do, be sure you don't double click, because if you double click, you're going to open a box. We don't want to do that. First of all, click August once, pause, click August again. That means that we only have August selected. We can tell that because the dots are only around the piece of pie on August. We're going to right click it. We're going to click Format Data Point here. We're going to then, for the point explosion of together, we're going to drag it out until it is at 28%. We're also, while we're in here, we're going to click the Fill category because we want to change the color of this one. And we're going to make it a solid fill. And where it has color, we're going to change to a blue color, just down here on the bottom, some kind of standard blue, to change the color of our pie. And then we're going to go ahead and close it. Now, the pie, the blue looks okay. These colors back here don't look so good. So we're going to change the colors of the remaining. Basically, we're going to click on July one time, click on July again. If we need to make sure just July is selected, right click. And this time up here on our little mini toolbar, we're going to use the shape fill, and we're going to make July yellow. Just down here on the bottom, the bright yellow. For December, click on December, right click, and we're going to change December to be the purple down here on the bottom. November, we're going to change to an orange. Nope, maybe November's red actually. The book looked orange, but it's going to be red. October, we're going to make that dark blue. And for September, we're going to change that one to green. So now we've changed all the colors of our pie. We'll click anywhere outside the chart to deselect it. Next, we're going to rename and reorder the sheets by coloring their tabs. So down here at the bottom, the 3D pie chart, we're going to recolor it. So we're going to right click, choose tab color. We're going to make it some kind of an orange. And for sheet 1, we're going to double click it to rename it. We're going to call it 6-month financial projection. Click off of it, right click on it to change the tab color. We're going to change the tab color of it to some kind of purple. The next thing we want to do is we're going to change the order because we actually want our data in front of our pie chart. So we're going to click on this tab down here. When we hold down our mouse and drag it, we'll see this little black arrow on piece of paper moving. Once the black arrow is in front of the other tab, we can release. That has changed the order that they are located in. We'll go ahead and hit save there and continue with the next video.